Get out the car, he shouts. I tried opening the door, but it wouldn't open. Get the fuck out, the cop behind him shouts and turns his gun on us also. The door is stuck, I say. Unlock the door, the cop says in a normal tone. Oh, oops. I unlock it and open the door. Another cop holsters his weapon, while the other two keep their guns on us. One grabs me and yanks me to the middle of the street. I see Ace walk out of the building and look directly in my direction. He doesn't take his eyes off me. Where you going? Stop walking, a cop yells at him. That's my car and my girl. He keeps walking towards me. He puts his hands up in a non-threatening way. As he does, another set of cops stop him as he gets butt so close to me. Another cop had Tony off to the side. All the cops start slowly putting their guns away and stand off to the side where we were all being questioned. What's in your book bag? The cop asked me. Nothing. Take it off, he says in an authoritative tone. He snatches it out of my hand and unzips it. You literally meant nothing. He looks at me. I give a one-shoulder shrug. Yours empty too, he asks Tony. I have a notebook and a pen, she replies as she takes it off and hands it to him. He unzips it and looks baffled. What the fuck do y'all do in school all fucking day? He looks in between us both as if he's a dad waiting for an answer. We both stay quiet. Where's the gun? The cop asks me and doesn't take his eyes off me. I look genuinely confused. Where is the gun? He asks again more aggressively. I don't know what you're talking about. This is your boyfriend, he asks Tony, pointing at Clue. She shakes her head no. Smart girl, he's trouble. This your boyfriend? He looks at me and points to Ace. Yes, I reply. So you're the friend getting your friend into trouble fucking with the bad boy, huh? I stay quiet. She is too cute for you, that's for sure. You can't care too much riding around with a gun in the car. Automatic jail time for you, sweetie. This whole moment, I wasn't scared. With all the guns drawn, nothing scared me until he mentioned jail. I'm not even scared of the threat of jail. I'm scared of my mother. The punishment that I'm going to be on is going to be so intense that when I move out, her house is still going to be a punishment zone. Married, my own kids, still on punishment behind this. I wonder if I could call Sasha. Where is the gun? He asked me again, less aggressive, more sternly, like he was trying to scare me. They need to be searched, another officer walks over. They're all trying to be the bad cop. It's not working, but I guess. Which ones? The one questioning me asks. All, the other shouts back. Where is the gun? I don't know what you're talking about, I reply, sounding annoyed. You gonna let her go to jail? He asks Ace. No, she doesn't know anything. Neither does the other girl. Go over there, he says to Tony and me as he points to the curb. I walk over. You've been searched before, he asks. No. Stand with your legs apart. Don't you need a female officer? I question. Tony nudges me with her arm. I look over at her and she mouths, Shut up. You want to go to jail or you want to go home? He says back in a condescending tone. We both stay quiet, spread our legs, and lift our arms in almost a choreographed fashion. The whole time, Ace hasn't taken his eyes off anything they're doing. I was more annoyed than mad at this point. The cop starts to search me and the other searches Tony. He grabs my butt and cooch in the process. As the cop hands us back our book bag, one accidentally brushes his hand against Tony's boobs. She looked like she was ready to punch him in the face. Your aunt still works on Rikers, she asked. Yeah, internal affairs, I say back to her. The cop turns his head. Your aunt works where? Internal affairs on Rikers Island. She's a receptionist, he questions, trying to sound comical, but looking slightly bothered. No, officer, I say and look him directly in his eyes. He swallows hard and tries to turn his chest so I can't see his badge clearly. What school do you go to? He tries to regain the aggression in the situation. Flushing, I reply. He hands me my book bag. Get on the bus and go the fuck to school. Leave these guys alone. I take my book bag back and look at Ace as we walk towards the bus. He doesn't say anything, mostly because he can't. I didn't want to leave the situation. I also didn't want to stay. Even if I told what just happened, I have to tell what just happened. I'm not doing that. The aunt I was referring to was my mother's friend who lives in the next building. We called her auntie, and her kids called my mother auntie. She would raise hell for me, but they'd also raise hell at me in that house too. I'll pass. NYPD sucks ass for that though. My jeans are so fitted without a back pocket, you could tell if my underwear isn't sitting right, let alone if I have something on me. To make matters worse, Tony and I had on the same jeans in different colors. Mine were black, hers blue. What the fuck was that? She says as we get out the area. Just as I was about to speak, the bus was coming, and we had to run to catch it. The driver stops and opens the door. Can we take this to get toward Flushing High School? I ask. Yeah, I'll tell you where to get off. Thanks, we say in unison and walk to the back of the bus so he can't hear us talking. Okay, like I said, what the fuck was that? Yo, I really don't know. He didn't say where or why we went here first. I'm genuinely confused. This shit is crazy, Tony says. Yeah, I know. And then to get felt up by them nasty ass pigs? Word. White cop grabbed my ass man hard. They're gonna accidentally brush my titty. I dead wanted to hit you when you asked for the female cop. Like, if this bitch gets me locked up, we start laughing a bit. Honestly, I was like, take me to jail? Leave me there. My mother is going to beat my ass in that jail and dare someone to stop her. Word. Jail might save my life, Tony says. We laugh harder. Just as we were starting to calm down from that, the driver tells us to get off the bus and which way to walk toward the school. We thanked him and got off the bus. When we were walking, more in a stroll, you'd think after all that we'd be in a hurry to get to the building. We had to walk like 4 blocks to the school. We stop at the store that's across the street from the school since we're on that side of the street and order egg sandwiches. I'm not coming back out until it's time to go home. Word, I reply. This wasn't the normal store we go to either. There was about a 6-car lane street to cross, and it just didn't make any sense for us based upon the direction we walked to school normally. Since it was empty, it doesn't take long to get our food, so we pay and start to walk the rest of the way back to school. As we are turning into the walkway toward the front door to the building, we hear, "Hey, hey, hey!" We turn around, and it's NYPD Truancy. I see the paddy wagon van they use to collect kids and bring them back to school. You gotta be fucking kidding me. We are on school grounds. What the fuck? I say. The day gets better and fucking better, Tony says. Well, after the gun situation, this actually is better. We both laugh but then roll our eyes as the officers continue to shout. Come here, a female officer says. We walk back down the walkway. Where you going? She asks. School? I reply and turn to look at the building. Where you coming from? She asks. Store? Tony says and holds up her bag. Why aren't you in class? She questions. Hungry. Tony says dryly. Okay, go join the line, she says with an attitude. Of course, I say. We start to walk toward the rest of the kids picked up for truancy. Surprisingly, we didn't know anyone on the line. This school and its truancy problem is so massive. Another cop is standing there with his arms folded, just staring at me. I roll my eyes in a frustrated motion and he walks over to me. Where do you live? Why? I ask and look at him like he's asking a strange question. You look familiar, he says. I don't know why. He pauses for a second and just stares at me. You're the girl from the mall, he says. I look at him, but I have no idea if he was there or not. I don't even want to remember that day. Oh, you've been through enough. I'll talk to the girl who pulled you to the line. And when we walk to the dean, go to the library and be fast. I can't let you go and not everybody. Okay, and can my cousin come too? I point at Tony. Yes, but be fast. Maybe some parts of the NYPD have redeemed themselves today. Maybe.